Hello, everybody. I went and got my eyebrows done. I'm about to do my feet. I already got my nails done. Eyebrows, they look pretty good, don't they? And I'm about to do my feet. I got my little drill out and stuff over here, and I'm about to get to going. But I just wanted y'all to hear something for yourself, how demons operate when they're fearful of you speaking of God, or they got that envy spirit on them, or God is about to beat their tails, right? See, a lot of people out here think that they can do whatever it is they want to do with you and to you. And see, God will have you to warn these people, hey, don't come this way if you're not genuine. Don't come this way if you think you got a trick up your sleeve. Don't come this way if you ain't right. See, let me tell y'all something about how to break demons and how to create, what's the word I want to use? Protection around yourself. See, when you meet in these new peoples, because, just because you have the right intentions don't mean that they have the right intentions. How to break that away, I don't know how to put it, y'all. When you meet somebody, ask them, because you won't ask them maybe on the first date or the second date or the third date. But somewhere in there, you get to talking to this person. You make sure you ask them, is your intentions correct? Are you coming my way for the right reasons? Meaning, and you name what you feel the right reasons is. And, I don't care if it's a narcissist. I don't care if it's a demon. I don't care what it is. A lot of times they open up their mouth and say, yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. And leave it at that. Leave it in God's hands after that. And see, no matter if you decide you want to be with that person in the long run, and somehow you and that person end up together, and it's a year later, and this person ways start coming out about them, and you like, you wasn't showing this and showing that. Because, a lot of people don't show their ways until about a good year in, right? Until they feel like you're good and comfortable, and they done pacified you enough. I need you to understand that. Don't have any worries. You give it to God and you continue to pray. And somewhere in there, you might start seeing that things might go wrong for you because God is letting you know that you're on the wrong path. But also, it's a such thing as karma and destiny swiping, right? And so when you go around these people and they have the wrong intentions for you, even if you don't know it at the time, things might seem okay. And a lot of us with jobs to do go through this as well. Spiritual jobs, when God set us on assignment, you will see the energy exchange and it look like all of a sudden this person is receiving good and all of a sudden you're going through all this stuff. Understand that a lot of times these people are setting these intentions. These people, it's not like back in the days where people don't know what it is that they're doing, right? We are more advanced and most, especially because this here internet. 9/11 on my time, y'all. I went out the house today and I started seeing all type of angel numbers, but it's 9/11 right now. Let me screenshot it. On my time, it's 9/11, 911. What's your emergency? The Most High God is stepping in. But I've been seeing 0000. I started seeing 3 zeros at first, then I started seeing 666, but then I started seeing zeros again. And let me shut this here door. And I said, God, what is these zeros? And the zeros is the great reset. The great reset, which is meaning that a lot of you guys who have slight destiny swaps because you are on these missions for the Most High God, to bring in judgment and correction into some of these people's lives. It's not always punishment. Sometimes they're just on the wrong path. And God will use you to set these people free of their ways. You have to understand that a lot of times people think that they're slicker than most, slicker than most. They think they slick. And so they've been going from person to person in person, being destructive, not taking not being responsible for their actions, and refusing to take responsibility for their actions. And then a lot of these people, they don't just do that. They go and try to destroy and assassinate the people character that they have been with, right? Depending on the mission, right, that you're on. But right now, I'm talking about relationships, situationships, friendships. I want to tell y'all something. There is a great reset coming. For the people that have been on these divine missions, and a lot of y'all don't even know that you're on these missions. Sometimes it's best not to even know until you come out of there. Because when you find out when you're in there, be like, oh my God, come on, God, come on now. But anyways, I started to see 000, and I said, God, what is this? What is this 000? And he showed me it was the great reset. So the imbalance that was happening, right, from these people siphoning your abundance, siphoning your gifts, siphoning your, you know how you go out the house and people wave at you and smile and stuff like that, and all of a sudden it slowly withers away. It's a correction happening, and the energy is being balanced out where all that is coming back to you. God will let them borrow it for a moment so they can bask. Because if they don't borrow that for a moment, right, and God will let them borrow what's yours for a moment. If they don't borrow that for a moment, then they can never fully walk in who they are, right? They always want to become a nasty, ignorant, slewfoot bastard, egotistical, walking in all types of sin. A lot of times, either they're going to borrow that energy, whatever that is, that clout, whatever it is, right? And either they're going to walk and say, pull you up to the forefront and say, we can share this together. Or they're going to be that demon that they always wanted to be, right? But they can never be it because they really never had the never have they never had the essence or the glow to fully become that. And so they seen you and picked you out of a crowd and said, I'm going to steal her or his shine, and I'm going to delight and walk into that, right? And God will let them do it. So like I said, it's either one or two things that can happen. And see, these be the same people behind the scene calling and crying on God and saying, why do I got to deal with this? Why do I got to keep meeting these type of people? God will let that person run into one of his. And God will, like I said, they can either do one or two things. They can either say, dang, God, I ain't never ever had this before. Thank you for giving me this, right? And do the right thing by it, or they're going to become that nasty thing that they always was. God is just using you to highlight to them who and what they always been, while they sit there behind the scene crying on their hands and knees about why they getting all this stuff and why they meeting all these horrible people, because they are the same, right? They're the same as that person. See, it's only one or two things. You know, they always say you attract what you are what you eat. That can be that is very much so true, but also the light cannot coexist without the darkness, right? And a lot of times the dark is attracted to the light. And so sometimes these people keep attracting darkness after darkness after darkness, and you will say, dang, why am I attracting all this darkness? And God will let the light come in there, right? And shine a light on their darkness. You understand? God will let your light shine a light on their darkness. And so thank you, God, for allowing me to put that together that way, because I couldn't quite figure out where I was going with this thing. And so I just want you to know that I'm on here to say that 0, 0, 0, 0. There is a great reset happening. And so no matter what, because either they're going to waddle in it and lie about you being the bad person, or they're going to take full responsibility on the part they play, who they are, and what they have been doing to others before you as well. God is moving in this place, in this space, with me and with others out there. And so I just want y'all to know, I just want to tell y'all to hang on. Hang on. Hold on. Change is coming. Hold on. Don't you worry about a thing. And so for you guys who knew that you was black basking in glory on your own, and somehow you ran into a friend, family member, foe, and or partner, and they took that away from you for whatever reason, and you've been calling on God and you've been quiet, and you know that you have been doing the right thing, and God took your light and let it be borrowed for a minute, the reset is here and it's happening. And so don't worry about a thing. Don't worry. Something grand, something great is coming. God is putting his hands out, and in a minute we're going to be able to. God is getting ready to put his hand out to us to pull us out, so that thing can sit where it need to sit at, and it will be no more. Why me? Why me? Poor old me. God has used you to shine a light on their darkness, so they can no longer say why me. They can no longer say poor old me. Why am I running into these different people? God is about to shine, letting your light be borrowed, and he's about to snatch it away, so these people can sit down. Either they gonna heal or they gonna wither. Period. Point blank. You know. And so y'all be blessed, y'all be safe. The great reset is coming. And so I know everybody been hearing this from different people, that I put it a little bit different because I go off what God showed me. But a great reset is happening. And a lot of people been saying, hold on, hang on. But it really wasn't time, right, for to be saying that. But now I'm here to tell y'all that the reset is here. The reset is here. So rest, take care of yourselves. Even when it comes to your job, some of y'all done lost your job, some of y'all done lost your home, some of y'all done lost all kind of stuff dealing with these different people, but God needed these people to borrow your light just for a little bit. I know it's been hard. I know it's been tumultuous, but that's all right, because we hear the correction is happening. I want somebody to know that. I love you guys, and I gotta go put my wig on. I was gonna put it wait till tomorrow to put it on, but honey, I might not put it on today. I might do a little plucking of it, right? Because I got to lay that thing on right, honey. I done got my eyebrows done, my nails done, honey. Couldn't afford none of it, but God is good. I figure it out as I go, like I've been doing. All right, and so y'all be blessed and y'all be safe. I'll be back on to show y'all my wig too. Hold on, I want to say, I almost forgot what I was saying, y'all. Hold on. Let me come back on here real quick. I was saying that it's something about when you say to that person, are you here on, do you mean well? Are you here with the right intentions towards me, right? It's something that creates a barrier of protection around you when you ask that person that and they state the answer, right? Because if they state no, then it is what it is. But who's going to really state no? Most people ain't really state no, right? But when that person state yes, and they know, they sit behind the scenes, they fingers crossed behind their back, right? Jinx. Anyways, when that person is sitting there with their fingers crossed behind their back, smiling at you, yeah, I'm here to do the right thing by you, right? Planting your face, and then you start dealing with that person, and a year later come around and they're showing you all these things about them. You don't do nothing. You say a prayer, you shut your mouth, and everything else comes with all the things that I already said, right? It creates a barrier of protection. So when you're out here and you meeting people, you make sure you ask them, are you here for the right reasons, right? do you have the right intentions towards me, towards us, towards this whole situation as a whole? And you let that person answer and you pray about it and you send that up to God, right? And so I just want to say that, end that with that, and you guys have a blessed one. Mwah. Love you.